We will begin the press conference by Foreign Minister Hayashi. Minister, the floor is yours. Yes, one item from me at the top. From the 14th of December to the 16th, Mr. HAYASHI, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Georgia, will visit Japan as a guest of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. On the 15th, there will be a foreign ministers meeting and working dinner between the minister and myself to discuss bilateral issues and international affairs. We will engage in candid exchange of views. This year marks the 30th anniversary of the diplomatic ties between Japan and Georgia. Georgia is a partner with whom we share fundamental values and is a partner with whom we strive together for the establishment of a free and open international order based upon the rule of law. And through the visit to Japan by Minister HAYASHI, we truly hope that the Japan-Georgia relationship will be further strengthened and that the bilateral partnership in light of the current state of international affairs, including Russia's aggression of Ukraine, will be further deepened. That's it from my side. Those of you who have questions, please raise your hand when appointed. Proceed to the microphone, identify your affiliation, your name, and proceed to your question. Hokkaido newspaper, Tamamura-san. Tamamura of Hokkaido newspaper. Regarding the safe operations of Japanese vessels in the four northern islands, the consultations to decide on next year's operations between Japan and Russia has not yet been held. What is your prospect on consultations? Thank you. Regarding the negotiations to discuss the term of operations of Japanese vessels, fishing vessels next year based upon the agreement on fishing operations, we are coordinating with the relevant organizations and coordinating with the Russian side on the timing. Thank you.
Next question, Sankei Hiroyuki-san, please. Sankei Shimbun, Hiroyuki. About Africa, I have a question. The United States President Biden, concerning Africa Union, AU, he is likely to express support for AU becoming member of G20. What is the government's take on this? And via ticket, the Japanese government has been extending support. What's the significance of supporting Africa? First, about the AU. This is one of the largest regional organizations, participating members being African countries and the region. In recent years, for peace and stability of Africa, COVID-19, and for economic recovery, they are doing the cross-regional works, and also the UN Security Council reform. They are formulating Africa uniform position, and their role in the international community is increasing. Given the importance of the AU, concerning AU becoming a G20 member, on the part of Japan, we are studying it positively. About extending support to Africa, in 2050, Africa is considered to have a quarter of the global population. It's young, filled with hope, and continent where dynamic growth can be expected. With Russia's aggression against Ukraine, there have been movements that shattered the foundation of the international community. It's becoming even more important for the international community to work as one. The importance of Africa in the international community is increasing. We need to advance cooperation with African countries. In 1993, Japan launched TICAD. For about 30 years, our spirit has been to extend the Africa-led development. And this year, as a special envoy, Prime Minister's envoy, participated in TICAD 8. Japan as a partner that grows together with Africa. We are focusing on people with Japan's unique approach. Promoting such approach is the message that we communicated strongly. Also, numerous bilateral meetings have been held. In addition to bilateral cooperation on various issues in the international community, we exchanged views. Going forward, based on the TICAD 8 results, we would like to make a contribution to a resilient Africa pursued by Africa, and Japan would like to make a contribution, and then would like to further strengthen Japan-African relations.
Iwasawa-san of NHK. NHK Iwasawa on assistance to Ukraine. Last month, the government decided on offering generators through emergency aid for winter preparedness. What has been the development since then? And at the G7 summit online meeting held, Prime Minister Kishida announced some winter preparedness support. Can you give us the details? Japan has been providing assistance to Ukraine and the surrounding countries and various countries that have been impacted by Russia's aggression of Ukraine. We have announced humanitarian aid, including winter preparedness, budget support, and food support, and implementing those assistances. On the 22nd of November, as winter preparedness, including power sector of Ukraine through UNHCR, we decided to provide emergency grant aid of $2.57 million to cover power generators and solar lanterns. And currently, the generators are being deployed in schools and hospitals, and through the Ukrainian authorities and NGOs, the solar lanterns are being deployed and distributed to households. And in addition, as you mentioned, at the G7 summit online meeting, Prime Minister Kishida announced a new assistance based upon the new supplementary budget. And a decision was made to offer $500 million to Ukraine and peripheral countries, and that was shared with the other leaders, specifically through cooperation with international organizations, shelters, heaters, power generators, including those devices, in order to implement further support, including winter preparedness. Currently, we are coordinating with relevant organizations and international organizations, and we hope to promptly implement such support.
Kyodo Kinashi-san, please. Kyodo Tsushin Kinashi speaking about the increase of the defense budget. As a part of the fiscal resource, the Prime Minister Kishida instructed tax hike, but some ministers are not agreeing. Within the LDP, there are disagreements, lots of disagreements about what do you think is the appropriate fiscal resource for the increased defense spending. As for securing the fiscal resource to strengthen defense spending, please address your question to Finance Minister who's in charge. Also regarding the taxation measures to strengthen the defense capabilities, currently the ruling party's Tax Research Council is having a discussion. I'd like to refrain from making a comment.
Are there any further questions? If not, this will be the end of the press conference. Thank you for being here.